Abundance is your birthright. Abundance is your birthright. You, my friend, are abundant. And that is your natural state of being, is abundance. We're taught that abundance is actually outside of us, or that we have to do all of these things to be able to receive abundance, be good enough for abundance. But the truth is that you are abundance, and that is your natural birthright. That is who you naturally are. That's your natural vibration. Now, in the world that we live in, that vibration is covered by other things. It is tricked by other things. It is disguised as other things. And we learn to look outside of ourselves for abundance rather than recognize that we are the abundance. And I'm talking to a collective of people who are starting to recognize that you have always been abundance. You are abundance. Abundance is within you. And it's something that you are learning how to connect with internally. And as you are learning to connect with your true self, your birthright, you're starting to see that it's not happening outside of you. There are so many things that are distractions, right? And when you think about our society, the thing that comes to mind is kind of like all of these beauty products that women have, or all of these things to make us look young, right? Rather than just accepting that we are perfect just as we are. We don't need anything else outside of ourselves to be good enough, to be perfect, to be abundant, to be lovable, to be enough. We are that. What gets in the way is our disbelief of that, or the things we've been taught to believe are true beyond that, right? And that moves us further and further away from our abundance and our true abundance within. Abundance is your birthright. And everybody here has that birthright. But it's about learning how to get back to that natural flow of life, of energy, and that natural vibrational state. A lot of things get in the way of that, right? Like certain beliefs, certain thought patterns, certain ways of understanding or thinking. And that's what you're being asked to shed right now. You're being asked to release. You're being asked to let go of. You're being asked to unlearn, is what I just heard. There's a lot of unlearning happening. There's a lot of unlearning around what you were taught to believe rather than what is actually true. And so funny. What's coming through with that is what's true is what you believe to be true, right? Your truth is what you choose to be true. And I don't remember who it is, but it's another spiritual leader talks about this, and she talks about how there are many things in the world that are true. So why not choose to believe something that feels good for you rather than feels gross, right? There are so many things that you can believe to be true. You could actually believe anything to be true if we're being really honest, right? But why choose to believe certain things that don't serve you rather than ones that do, right? And this is kind of comes back to the idea that's a much bigger spiritual concept about like things go to where you focus, right? Your energy goes to where you focus. So if you focus on all the things that aren't good, then you're going to experience that. If you focus on all the things that are good, then you're going to experience that, right? And so it very much is a choice. Do you choose to see your abundance? Do you choose to recognize it, acknowledge it? Do you choose to take care of it and love it? It's a choice, right? As you recognize that you are abundant and you always have been abundant, you start to just feel better. You start to move through the world differently. You're more confident. You're more self-assured, is what I just heard. And so this idea that we're on this spiritual journey and abundance will just find us, right? You are the creator. So if you are abundant, then anything that you create is going to be abundant, right? And so it's learning how to tap into your own abundance, tap into your own self-assured nature, tap into your own confidence, tap into what fuels you, what you love, what you enjoy, what you're passionate about, right? It's about finding that, because that's where you can create abundance. Abundance is created in that space. When you're tapped into something you feel passionate and excited about. And Bashar says this a lot, but he talks about how if you have a dream or you have a vision of your life and there's something that you want, right? Then you will do anything possible to get there. You'll do anything to get there. If there's something that you want and there's something that you desire, right? Then there's nothing that can stop you from getting to your goal except for you. And so this is kind of tied into the idea of, you know, we can take on these new identities. We can come into our confidence, right? And I think a lot of the time through spiritual journeys, we're searching outside of ourselves for abundance to come and knock on our door. And yes, it does come knocking, but there are certain things that you have to put in place to open the door for those things to come in. There are certain things that you have to match to let them know that you're available to be approached. And so it's about building your confidence. It's about shifting your identity. It's about seeing yourself as abundant. It's about following your deepest passion and purpose and truth. And through that journey, you will find your way, right? But I think one of the things I hear the most is that there's this belief that it will just happen. And yes, it will just happen, but you have to put the effort in first, and you have to put yourself out there and match that vibration first. So what does that mean? So that means that you have to be able to start making moves towards what you want. Start putting yourself out there in the way that you want to grow. And then people can find you to continue that growth journey. People can find you to support you and move you forward. But it all starts with you and it ends with you. You are abundance. And it's about learning how to embody that and tap into that without question. And learning what your most abundant timeline is. So that's kind of coming through too, right? So most abundant timeline, what do I mean? The timeline where you're doing what you love. You are following your passion and your purpose, and that is bringing in the external abundance. But because you're following your passion and purpose, you already feel abundant within. So therefore, with like on the outside, right? So within, so without. But it all comes down to, what are you willing to do to put yourself in that field of possibility, whatever that field of possibility is for you, whatever it is that you choose for it to be, whatever you want it to be right now, right? And it's interesting because what's coming through is we don't just have one purpose. It's interesting because I feel like someone needs to hear that. Like, we don't have only one purpose. There are many purposes that we have on this life. You can find purpose every single day if you choose to see it, if you choose to focus on it, if you choose to find it. Purpose is not this one moment in time that's just like this aha moment. And no, it's many little steps. It's many little moments that maybe build up to a big moment, but there's many little moments of it. What's the quote? It's like something about the best days of your lives are the day you realize that you were born and why you were born, right? And it just has such a closed off idea to it, because there's not one day that you realize why you were born. I hope that you have many moments of that. I hope that you have a beautiful, full life where you are able to see so many moments of purpose for yourself. I hope that you can tap into that on a daily basis. I hope that you can find that over and over and over again. We are multidimensional beings. And so one purpose might be great for this season of our lives, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be great for our whole lives. People just aren't settling like that anymore. And the truth is that following your purpose and your passion means being able to reinvent yourself, being able to shift your purpose when you feel like it needs to be shifted. And as you grow and as you change, it's normal for that to grow and change as well. It's normal. It's part of the process. And so you have many purposes. So what are you going to decide to do today? What are you going to decide to work towards today? The choice is yours. And, it's not this thing that you need to struggle to find. It's something that is meant to be a fun journey to figure out. And you're supposed to learn how to do it through play and excitement and fun. And then it will also find you as you are looking for it. It's a beautiful thing. But you are abundant and you always have been. The question is what is blocking you from seeing that within yourself? What is blocking you from naturally vibrating at the vibration that you are, that is within you, right? That's the question. That's where the work comes in. If you do need help with this, you can take a look at my bio. I offer empowerment coaching to help people do this, and I help you do it individually for what you need in your own path. We're all just so different and in different places, and I meet you where you're at and I help you do that. I also do psychic readings and spiritual guided work. so I can help you understand what your blocks are and some ways to shift them, and start helping you understand how to get back to that abundant flow that you truthfully have always been. If you do feel like you want to look into your own kind of healing work, I have journals. They are guided journals in my bio. I have a ton of them in there. I just put out a new perfectionism one out, the Breaking the Contract with Perfectionism. So take a look at those if that's something you would like to have interest in, and you want to grow and learn and heal in some ways and do some shadow work. They're mostly shadow work journals. Tons of them though. I have all different ones. But know that you are always abundant, and it is your birthright. It's just finding your way back to yourself. I love you so much. Take care.